In my art practice, my main goal is to create content that brings about some form of positive change in the world. The range of problems we face as a species is vast: climate change, inequality, racism, human rights, and war. When I create art, I produce content in the hopes that it will enlighten, inspire, and motivate people to change their beliefs and behavior. As my art practice has evolved, I have realized that simply creating art with a message does not produce change on the scale that I desire. The audience is limited, the message is oversaturated, and the change is minuscule. I have concluded that the only way to change the beliefs and behaviors of people is to make the process of changing fun. Gamification is a method that transforms any activity into a game by adding rewards and recognition. It is used in apps, social experiments, and VR programs which can help people become healthier, happier, and more environmentally conscious. The use of gamification in various technological mediums can help people become healthier, smarter, and more psychologically sound. Gamification is a relatively new term that was originally defined by Nick Pelling in 2002. Nick Pelling is a computer programmer who argues that by using game design elements in any field, one can increase the productivity, efficiency, and work satisfaction of people. The applications of gamification goes far beyond the work environment, and by using it in games and apps, it can touch on a variety of topics, including humanitarianism, environmentalism, economics, human rights, and women's issues. 35. The range of issues that games can address and solve is vast. The mechanics behind coaxing people to change their behaviors is based on evolutionary and biological processes. In order to produce a change in human behavior, people must be given a reward for their actions. According to the text Gamification, the author Therese Shea illustrates how doing something well is its own reward, but getting recognition or even a prize is another motivation to try harder to achieve a goal. 4. By giving a prize or public recognition to a person for completing a specific action, they are subconsciously enticed to change their behavior. The use of gamification to change people's behaviors can have a positive impact on the environment. In order for gamification to work and produce a change in people's behavior, the process must be fun. For example, in a social experiment in Stockholm, the automobile company Volkswagen produced a social experiment to see if people would change their littering behaviors if a fun game element was added. In one instance, a noisemaker was placed in a trash can that made it appear as though the trash fell for a long time. People lined up just to use the bin, which accumulated 159 pounds of trash in one day. 18. This example illustrates that by using game mechanics, and by adding a fun interactive sound effect, people were more than willing to change their behavior. If exported globally, this trash experiment could benefit the environment and help cities reduce costs, and keep their streets clean. Similarly, other game apps have been developed that focus on helping to change a user's recycling and energy usage habits. One particular app named RecycleBag awards points to users for not only for recycling but also for such actions as unplugging appliances, choosing environmentally friendly products, using less water, carpooling, and taking public transportation. 14. Apps like RecycleBag utilize game mechanics to change the energy and recycling habits of thousands of people. The result of this environmental experiment is staggering, with a 49% increase in the amount of recycling, and a 75% increase in the number of recycling participants. 15. This app is an example of the effect artists can have on key issues such as the environment. Digital artists can use their talent to create games that solve global problems. Gamification has the potential to make solving many of the problems we face as a species an easy and fun endeavor. Human health is a global issue that artists can positively influence using gamification. The world is facing a global health crisis due to obesity and various diseases. Artists have the opportunity to help transform the lives of people struggling to motivate themselves to live healthier lifestyles by creating games. In a study by United Health, more than 50% of customers reported that fitness games would encourage them to be more active. 29. Artists have the unique opportunity to use their creative talents to design and code fitness games that will make exercise fun. By making everyday activities fun, artists can lead people to a healthier lifestyle. For instance, in a health social experiment, a group of artists transformed a subway staircase into a musical art piece by making each step look and sound like a piano key. Their experiment was a success and 66% more people used the piano stairs than usual. 27. Gamification can also be applied in the field of science and medical research. A scientist named Katib created a game called Foldit in order to help scientists speed up their research in the field of protein folding for AIDS research. This online video game was a success and the gamers involved took just 3 weeks to find the structure of the protein. 38. Digital media artists can use their creativity to produce games that can solve a variety of problems. By making problems a game, solutions become the prize. Games have the potential to transform the way students learn. In the 21st century, the classroom is evolving. Technologies such as virtual reality have the opportunity to help students learn faster and more efficiently. Virtual reality is an emerging technology that will have a positive effect on education. For instance, in one virtual reality study where students learned in a virtual environment, tests results concluded that 3D, virtual worlds, helped students learn and that the sense of presence, multisensory interaction, immersiveness, dynamic models, simulations, and visualization in 3D, virtual worlds, were the factors that contributed to student learning. 234. Digital artists can be at the forefront of this emerging technology by creating virtual lessons that are fun and educational. There is a growing consensus among educators that going to school can and should be more like playing a game, which is to say it could be more participatory, more immersive and also, well, fun. 19. The proper education of future generations is a pivotal issue. As schools deteriorate due to lack of funding, teachers and students get left behind. The integration of gamification into the classroom through cutting-edge technologies will benefit millions of young students. Gamification has the ability to help people become more psychologically healthy. A critical psychological issue facing America in the 21st century is post-traumatic stress disorder. As thousands of soldiers return home from war, they have a difficult time transitioning back into ordinary life. Many of these soldiers turn to suicide to alleviate their symptoms. One solution that can help soldiers overcome their PTSD is gaming. With virtual reality as their medium, game designers have created war simulation games that help soldiers relive their traumatic experiences. In one study, a veteran describes his experience playing the war game and how he felt so out of control with real feelings of helplessness and despair at first. I felt more in control after going through the simulation a couple more times. 202. Virtual war games have the potential to cure soldiers of PTSD, and after this experiment 82% showed improvement by the time we were done. 302. Similar to PTSD, virtual reality games that address anxiety disorders in adolescents have shown incredible promise. For instance, in a youth anxiety experiment students performed a 4-minute speech in front of the peers disguised as digital avatars. This public speaking game helped students overcome their fears of failure and embarrassment, and the tests confirmed that virtual reality appears to be a promising, cost-effective, feasible, and acceptable technology for providing social anxiety exposure for assessment and treatment of adolescents. 833. New digital mediums provide artists with the opportunity to help those struggling with various psychological issues. Art is no longer an image on a wall or a video online, it can be a tool people use to help change their behavior and life. The integration of gamification into art can create positive change in the environment, classroom, and the mind. The use of game mechanics can make any activity fun. Games can sway people to clean up their environment and use less energy. They can help motivate people to exercise and discover new medical breakthroughs. Furthermore, games can help people alleviate the symptoms caused by various psychological disorders. Soldiers with PTSD can use virtual reality war games to help them overcome the stress caused by years of war. Gamification in apps, social experiments, and virtual environments can be the key to solving the key problems humanity faces in the world. As an artist, I strive to find new ways to create the maximum amount of change by using a minimal amount of effort. My art practice has focused on bringing change to global issues. I have created sculptures that address the issue of wealth inequality in the world, digital visualization that explore the effects of climate change and war, and videos that explore humanity's evolutionary connection to nature. Creating art that will have a global impact is the only way to instigate some form of lasting change in the world. Transforming my practice while utilizing new technologies will help me achieve my goals. In the modern world, one artist can influence the lives of many. In this pivotal moment in human history, the world needs every artistic mind to help tackle the problems facing us as a species.